on writing, which was conducted by Dr. Inga Mirban last week. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for participating in that first series, and again joining us for this second webinar series. Yeah? So this webinar series on writing 2020 is our way of bringing together researchers and postgraduate students from around the world to explore how we can improve our writing, especially in the context of writing for international publication. We bring you this online to complement keeping our distance during this COVID pandemic, and we hope you're keeping well and well during this very difficult and challenging time. Now, today's session will be delivered by Professor Safnil Arsyad. Professor Safnil did his PhD in linguistics at the Australian National University, Canberra, Australia, and is a professor of English language education at University of Bengkulu, Indonesia. He is currently the head of English language education postgraduate program of the education faculty at that university. Professor Safnil has published in several international journals of multicultural discourses, including Asian ESP Journal, Asia Pacific Education Researcher, Australian Review of Applied Linguistics, and Asian Englishes. His research interest is on the discourse analysis of academic texts. Okay, so according to Prof, he's okay with interruption, so you can actually ask him questions while he's delivering his talk. This talk will be for 1 hour, but Professor Safnil has kindly offered to stay behind for those who have more questions to ask. Yeah, but anyway, if you have questions during the talk, you can interrupt and ask him. Yeah. So now over to you, Prof.
Okay, thank you very much, Jane.
Okay.
Thank you very much to Chong having me, for inviting me for this webinar and webinar organized by TP University Petroleum Technology Petroleum Malaysia. I am Safnil Arsyad from University of Bengkulu, Indonesia, and for those who don't know much about Bengkulu, my side now, this is where Bengkulu is. This is on the west coast of Sumatra, and Sumatra is the west of Indonesia. So we are facing in the Indian Ocean. Yeah. I'm going to talk about move and steps in research articles, particularly move and steps available in abstract, production.
Rosalind, sorry, Prof.
Yeah.
For some reason, we can't fully hear you.
Oh, you can fully hear me?
Yeah,
okay,
maybe.
What about now?
Yeah, that would maybe a bit better.
Can hear, but there is a little bit of echo there. Probably you can move closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about move and step in every section of a research article. So this is only for research articles, not other kinds of articles. There are other kinds of articles, such as review articles, book review, and practical articles, for example, but this is only about research article. So research article is an article written from a piece of research, so which has usually a format of introduction, method, result discussion, and conclusion. So I first define a move. A move is a communicative unit of text, yes, such as a clause, a set of clauses, or a paragraph, which shows a clear indication of specific identifiable communicative purpose. So communicative purpose is the signal, yeah, of move. Yeah. And sometimes a move is quite big, which must be broken down in 2 steps. And therefore, I have to define step. Yeah, a step is a segment of a text containing a particular form of rhetorical work necessary for realizing the communicative purpose of a move. So move and steps go together to realize communicative purpose of section, such as introduction, including abstract, abstract, introduction, method, discussion, and conclusion. Okay. Next, this is the abstract. Yeah. So from the study, yeah, people have found that abstract contains 5 moves. Yeah, but usually there is no steps in abstract, only move. The first move is called introduction, containing statements about the research topic, or what do we do, what we know about the topic, or why is the topic. This move is very important because here the authors try to attract readers' attention uh, toward the whole articles, research articles. So often authors don't have this move. They usually start writing move 2, objective, and this is usually not interesting. If the journal allows us to write a long abstract, such as 200 words, please write one or introduction. This is a chance for us to attract readers' attention toward our abstract and the whole article. The other moves are quite descriptive, such as objective, a statement of objective.
Excuse me, Prof.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that, sorry, participants, just a short while. It could be the echo problem. It could be because you are signed in under guest and under tamu. So probably, can you cancel one?
I should cancel which one?
The tamu.
Tamu.
Because you are logged in twice. Yeah.
Yeah, this is, so what I do?
Yeah, the other one is tamu. You also log in as tamu. So probably that's the reason why you are having this problem.
Yeah.
So could you possibly clock out from the tamu and use the guest?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You click out from the tamu.
Rosalind, I think I can.
Yes.
Let me try that.
Can do that for him, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me try.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it okay now? Yeah.
Should
Okay,
be right.
great.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it
Okay.
okay, yeah?
Great. Wonderful.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was from Dr. Amjad.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Amjad.
Let me go on. Yeah. Move 1 of abstract is better written argumentatively, because this is the chance for us to attract readers' attention, but not move 2. Yeah. The move 2 can be written descriptively, and also move 3. Yeah. Move 4 can be written argumentatively by comparing our finding with the finding of other people's, from their previous studies. And then the conclusion is also written descriptively. Okay, I'll explain move 1 in the abstract, which is statement about the research topic. We can choose one of these two. We can refer to the importance of our research based on the finding of previous studies. For example, there is an inconsistency of the finding from the previous studies, or there is a gap from the findings of previous studies. Number 2, we can base our research on the practical problems happening in the real world. So number 1 is based on research world, number 2 is based on the real world problem. We can choose either one. Yeah. And then move 2 is quite a statement about the research purpose. It is not very complicated, not very difficult. We just state the objective. And move 3 is also not complicated. Yeah, descriptively, we write the research method. And okay, move 2, yeah, and then move 3, research method. Yeah, this is the example. And then this is move 4. Yeah, move 4 can be written argumentatively by comparing our finding. For example, we begin our statement in move 4 by saying, unlike the finding of previous studies, so the finding of this study is blah, 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 blah. So it means we show that our finding is different from the finding of previous studies. Or if our finding is contradictory to the finding of previous studies, we can say contradictory to the finding of previous studies, this finding is blah, blah, and blah. And the last move in abstract is conclusion, yeah, which is also straightforward, yeah, not very complicated. We just mention the conclusion or the implication or the suggestion or recommendation from our research finding. Unless if a particular journal wants us to write one, for example, just implication, not conclusion and not just suggestion. So it depends on the journals. Okay. And next, yeah, this is an assignment. I want you to find what kind of claim is written in this abstract. So what entity is referred to in the following move 1 of an abstract. So please read this abstract, yeah, and then decide, yeah, whether this claim is based on research word or it is based on the real world entity or case or issue. But I'm sorry, I cannot see the reply. I want to give you 1 or 2 minutes to read this. Yeah. What can we do this, Roslyn?
Prof, can you put it up a little bit, because we are not able to see the bottom.
Okay.
Can you move it up a little bit? Yeah. And you may like to show your face, Prof. Click on the video to show your face.
The video.
Yeah, we are not able to see your face right now, so maybe you can click the video to show your face.
The video is on.
Okay.
Is it okay now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. How can I get the response from the participants?
You can ask the participant to respond to you, I think, if they can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By writing, is there any chat box?
By talking to you now, there is a chat box if you're able to go to the chat box as well. They can write in the chat box, yeah.
Show a conversation, right?
Yeah, conversation, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Meeting chat, yeah. So no reply yet, no
so
answer
maybe
yet?
maybe you can repeat again your question.
Yeah, I want the participants to decide what kind of issue or entities is found in this abstract, in the move 1 of this abstract, whether this is based on research world, the issue from the research previous studies, or based on the practical issues in the real problem. So this is the abstract. Yeah, since the publication of the book Genre Analysis by Cambridge University Press by Swales, 1990, many studies have focused on the study of the rhetorical organization of different sections of research articles. So this is the part of the move 1. The organization of research article introduction has received most of the attention. However, the focus has generally been on the structure of introduction without subsection, or on the main part of introduction with the subsection. So this is move 1 of this abstract, and this is clearly based on the research work. Yeah, it refers to studies conducted on research articles following Swales' model or framework, yeah, which is called a research article, or CAR. CAR is creating a research space. So I want the participant to know that this kind of claim of move 1 is based on research work, not based on the real world entity. Okay? I think this is not very difficult, yeah?
Can you move it up a little bit again, Prof?
Yeah?
Just a little bit, move the screen up,
Yeah.
the text up a bit.
Yeah.
Some more. Yes.
More? Yeah, yeah.
Done,
So
yes.
the direction of the assignment is what entity is referred to in the following move 1 of an abstract. Entities in the research world or entities in the real world. And this is clearly entities in the research world, not entities in the real world. Okay, let me go on, yeah. Now I'm talking about introduction of in the research articles. Yeah, after the abstract, the most important section is the research article. Yeah? And this model is called CARS. CARS is creating a research space. This model was found by Swales, or was suggested by Swales in 1990, yeah, that a research article introduction contains 3 moves. So if abstract contains 5 moves, introduction has only 3 moves. So move 1 is called establishing a research territory. Yeah, move 2 is establishing a niche, and move 3 is occupying a niche. Yeah. In move 1, yeah, there are 3 steps because this move is big enough, yeah, to describe. Yeah, where the move is broken down into 3 steps: claiming centrality, making topic generalization, and reviewing items of previous research. So this is a big move. Yeah? And claiming centrality is the most important step in this move, because this comes at the beginning of the move 1. Yeah? And also one of the most difficult one to write. And the longer step is reviewing items in previous research or previous studies. This is often called literature review. Yeah. Move 2 is a short one. This is only the rationale of our study. Why do we need to do this research? Yeah. So this is an important move, but it is not a long move. It is only 1 paragraph long as the result of the literature review. And the last move is occupying a niche, which is only a research question or research objectives or the announcement of a principles finding. Okay, now let's look at step 1, yeah, of move 1, which is claiming centrality. So the question to be answered here is, why is the title, why is the topic of the research interesting or important? And there are 4 possible answers. Yeah, the first answer is appeal to salience. So this is where the authors shows the importance or support the importance or significance of the research topic, because the topic is useful, it has advantages, either from the research world or from the real world. This is the example. Learning how to negotiate stance and build a relationship with readers is an essential part of developing into a skillful writer of various types of text. So learning how to negotiate stance, position. So this is an example of appeals to salience. And the second type of claiming centrality is appeal to magnitude. So this means the authors support the importance of the research title because there are many other authors or researchers do research on this topic. So this is not because of the usefulness, but because there are many other people who did research on this topic, and this is why this topic is important. Okay, the example is the relationship between motivation and language learning has also been a subject of inquiry for many years. So it implies that this topic has been discussed by many people in many studies, and that's why this topic is important. And number 3 is called appeal to topicality. This relates to the newness of the topic. So it is not because the topic is important or interesting or because many people have conducted studies on this topic, but because this topic is new. The example is, most recently, age effects have also been implicated in the L1 attrition or loss or phonology, morphosyntax, and lexical semantics. So this is a new area of research. Because since this is new, this research, this topic is important, not because it is useful, because it is new. And the last type of appeal to is called appeal to problematicity. This is related to the conflicts or problems or difficulties or challenges a topic or a phenomenon involved. The example is blah 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 has caused the researchers to consider the concept of demotivation as a controversial issue and one of the most influencing obstacles in learning a foreign language. So this is not because of this is new, not because of many people have studied this, not because of this is useful, but because people experience this problem in the real world. So there are 4 possible appeals that we can choose to begin our introduction in the research articles. Okay, I go on to move to, as I mentioned, I just explained step 1 in move 1 because step 2 general making topic generalization is not very difficult, and also step 3 reviewing items of previous research is like a literature review. It is also complicated actually, but the most important one is move 2, establishing a niche. This is the result. This is the end, at the end of the literature review. So the question is, why do we need to do this research? So before coming to this conclusion or to this answer, we have to review relevant studies, which is called literature review. in reviewing the relevant literature, we have to evaluate it. Yeah? We do not only restate or describe evaluate it, negatively evaluate, to create a gap of knowledge and to support the importance of our study. This is an example of statement of move 2, yeah, which is called establishing a niche, yeah, which is also called the rationale of the study, yeah, to answer the question, why is the study important? This is the example. In fact, there have been a considerable number of studies on the structure of research article in the past 2 decades, especially after Swales' introduction of CAR model, for example, and so on. These studies have provided significant knowledge of the research article genre. However, so this is an important conjunction. However, by using the word however, we show that previous studies is not enough, previous studies is not finished yet, or previous studies is not completed yet, there is still something not done yet, or we have to do something else to add to the available knowledge. However, research on the structure of research article has tended to concentrate on only 1 or 2 individual sections of the article, especially on the introduction section and maybe discussion, discussion. There have also been a number of studies on the structure of abstract of the article. However, very few studies investigate the organizational structure of other sections, for example, conclusion. So this is the move 2, which is called establishing a niche. So this is also called the gap of information. This is the rationale of the study. This is why we still need to do our study. Yeah, although there have been many studies on the topic, but there is still a topic which needs to do research to go on with another research, another study. Yeah. So by writing this, we promise that our research finding later on will add, will contribute to the information, available information, which is not available yet from the previous studies. Okay. Okay. This is another assignment. Yeah. What kind of niche is established in the following paragraph? Yeah, there are 4 possible types of niche or gap. Yeah. Number 1 is counterclaiming. Number 2 is indicating a gap. Number 3 is question raising. And number 4 is continuing a tradition. Counterclaiming if the author criticize the finding or the method of in the previous studies. Indicating a gap when the author indicates that there is still a question which is not answered yet, or previous studies has some kind of limitation, yeah, or defects. Yeah. While question raising is from the finding of previous studies, there is a new questions raised, and therefore we need to answer this question. And the last one is continuing a tradition. Yeah, well, it is usually used if there is no study, yeah, on the topic yet conducted before, yeah, such as on a new research topic or on a new theory. Okay, let me give you 2 or 3 minutes, yeah, to find out, yeah, what kind of niche, what kind of gap is established by the authors from this paragraph. Okay, is there any? Yeah. So
Prof,
can
just
you
a short
read this?
Prof,
Yeah,
just a short interruption to say that this is being recorded, Prof. So we are recording this talk, yeah?
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So please tell me if there is an answer, or a comment, or a response from the participants.
He seems to have left the conversation. He has to come in again, yeah. Okay, he's in. He's supposed to be in again. Okay. He was disconnected for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be back. Prof, are you back?
Yep.
Yes, okay. You
Can you hear me?
disconnected.
Okay, let's go on.
I think there's a comment there, Prof.
Yeah.
Indicating a gap. With regards to the question that you posted just now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indicating a gap. Yeah. So we look at here the statement about to the best of our knowledge. Yeah. To the best of our knowledge, no study has investigated intercultural differences in the ways through which academic writers claim centrality. So this is the reason for the study. Yeah. Yeah. There have been studies before on the research article section, but to the best of our knowledge, to the best of the author's knowledge, no study has investigated. Yeah, so this is the gap. Yeah, the gap found in the finding of previous studies, and this is the rationale for the present study. So it is stated here, thus in the present study.
Prof, can you show your slide again? Because you left just now. Yeah, because you left for a while just now. Yeah, so you need to go back and share.
Okay.
Yes. Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now, yeah. So here it is stated in the middle of the paragraph, to the best of our knowledge, no study has investigated intercultural difference. So this is the gap of knowledge. Yeah, this is not investigated yet, yeah, according to the authors. Yeah. So this is enough to justify the importance of our research, of our study. yeah, to mention the rationale of our study. Okay, I'll go on to the move 3, yeah, occupying the niche. Yeah, this move is not difficult to write because we just mention research questions or research objective. Yeah, this is the example. Yeah, here the current study dealt with WTC in willing to communicate in an EFL or money context. Yeah, it is among the first of its type to investigate L2 learners willing to communicate in English in Arab EFL context. So this is just the purpose of the study. Okay, we go on to method section. I'll not discuss method section because this is very descriptive, and also it is different from one field of discipline to another field of discipline. To be safe, yeah, when we write this section, we can imitate or we can follow the way other authors conducted the study on the same topic, yeah, before. So we are safe to do that, yeah, when we imitate, yeah, how other authors or other researchers conducted their study before on the same topic. So we just follow, yeah, we change necessary information, yeah, for our study. Yeah. So I'll not discuss this section because this is not very complicated. This is not very argumentative, yeah, not like abstract and introduction. So I'll go on to the discussion. This is also a difficult section to write. According to Fick and Swales, there are 8. Yeah, there are 8 moves. Yeah, in result and discussion section. Actually, there are only 7 or 6. Yeah, the other 2 moves can be categorized as a conclusion. Yeah. But according to Swales, this is in the result and discussion. The first move is called background. So this is where we have to remind our readers on the purpose of our study or the research question, because it is just to remind the readers, yeah, the purpose of our study before we state the finding. Yeah, and we do this one by one. I mean, if we have 3 research questions, we have to do this 3 times. Yeah, so we do not combine this all findings together and then we discuss. No, yeah, it is better, yeah, to state the research question again, and then we state the move 2, the statement of result. This we don't repeat what we have mentioned in the result here. This is a discussion. Okay, so this is discussion section. Yeah, especially when result and discussion is separated. So this is the discussion section. After stating our statement of result, and then move 3. Move 3 is the statement whether or not our finding is as we expect. So if it is not as it was expected, and then we mention, yeah. But if it is as we expect, now we don't have to mention this. So move 3 is not a compulsory one, but move 2 is an obligatory move in this section. And then move 4 is also an obligatory move, which is reference to previous relevant studies. Yeah. How do we do this? Yeah. First, we have to explain our finding. We have to interpret our finding. Why is the finding is like that? What is the reason for the finding? So we have to discuss this. So this is what we call discussion. not just to repeat what we have written in the result. So discussion means to explain, or at least to discuss, what is the possible reason for such finding, or what is the possible reason, interpretation or meaning of such finding. Because this is only a prediction, so we use the terms hedging atau hedges, such as it is possible, or it may be, probably, we use such hedges, because to show that we are not very sure. This is only possibilities. And the next ones, move 4, move 5, also in move 4, we have to compare our findings with the findings of previous authors, the finding in the previous studies, to show the position of our findings. Usually, this is stated like similar or in line with the previous finding. So this finding is blah, 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 blah. And so we show whether or not our finding is similar to the finding of previous studies. If it is similar, so we state that, this finding is in line with the finding of other authors. And we have to explain what does it mean. So if our finding is different from the finding of previous authors, we have to state, we can say, unlike the finding of previous authors, this finding is blah, 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 blah. And we have to explain, why. Why are they different? So we have to discuss. So this is what we call our discussion. So if our finding is complicated, so we can give an illustration here. We can give an example, to make it clear, to the readers. Although we have given the examples in the result section, so in this section, we can add another example or illustration, to explain, for example, why are they different with the finding of previous studies. And move 7, actually this deduction, we can write deduction in result or discussion section, or we can also write this in the conclusion. So I'll go to the conclusion, and also move 8, suggestion. So according to Swales, as I mentioned before, move 7 and 8 can be in the discussion section, but they can be included in another section, which is called conclusion. Okay, this is okay. So this is the explanation of every move, and the example, of the discussion. This is where we remind our readers with our research question. Okay, and this is the example of move 2, which is a statement of result. Analysis of the result has revealed some interesting finding, and so on. And then move 3 is a statement whether or not our finding is as expected. This is the example. Contrary or as predicted. And then move 4, this is reference to previous relevant studies, where we discuss our finding. And here, because we have to argue, we have to support our claim with references. We need references here to support our argument, our claim about our finding. And this is the example of move 5, which is rhetorical attempt by the author to logically convince readers why an unexpected or extraordinary result or finding of the present study occurs. This example, as also indicated above, many discourse and linguistic markers found and so on. So this is the discussion. Yeah, here we need references as well, because here we are arguing, we are convincing readers that our finding is extraordinary, or as it is unexpected, or if our finding has some kind of contribution to the available knowledge. And this is the illustration, if it is necessary, yeah, to further discuss our finding. So if it is complicated, yeah, we can give an illustration or an example, yeah, to make it clear to the readers, yeah, what we are discussing. Okay, now this is another exercise. Yeah, the question is, what moves are found in the following discussion? Yeah, what moves? Yeah, move 1 until 8 or move 1 until 6. Okay, so this is the exercise, yeah, of one paragraph in the discussion or section of an article. Okay, I give you about 2 minutes, yeah, to read this, yeah, to find out what moves are found in this paragraph, yeah, in this discussion section of a research article. Okay, you take time, yeah, to read it. Okay, is there any comments?
Probably could you repeat the 6 moves briefly again, Prof, so that they can relate?
Move 1 is called introduction or background. Yeah. Move 2 is statement of result. Move 3 is statement of whether the finding is as expected or unexpected. And move 4 is reference to previous relevant studies. Move 5 is explanation of the research result. Move 6 is illustration, yeah, to support the result, research result. Yeah, 1 to 6. Yeah. Again, move 1 background. Yeah. Move 2 statement of result. Move 3 statement of expected or unexpected findings. Move 4 is reference to previous relevant studies. Move 5 is explanation of the research result. And move 6 is illustration of the research result.
Participant Asiana has already responded there, Prof. She thinks it is move 5. Yeah.
Okay. Majority of the moves are missing and only move 1 is focused. Yeah. Majority of moves are missing and only move 1 is. Okay, let me check. Let us discuss this. Yeah, we read from the beginning. The first area addressed in the study is the common rhetorical problem experienced by Indonesian authors in social science and humanities when writing research article abstract. So this is move one. This is move one, because this is the research question, yeah, although it is not stated as a question. The second statement, the second sentence, the majority of authors in this study wrote an incomplete abstract with only of them. Most of them did not write move 5. Yeah, this is the research finding, which is move 2. Yeah, the result. Yeah. This implies that the authors in this study are already aware of the importance of addressing moves in the abstract, especially move 1, yeah, background, introduction or situation. So this is the discussion, yeah, which is the explanation, move 5. Yeah. This implies, okay, according to Zhang, yeah, and Pramod Suk, the existence of move 1 and move 5 conclusion and significance will make research articles abstract are effective in attracting readers, and through move 1, especially authors can convince readers that the topic of the research is important. So there are 3 moves in this paragraph. Move 1, which is statement of problem, yeah, or question, research question. Move 2 is the result, and move 5 is the explanation. Yeah. Move 4, a comparison with the findings of previous studies, is not stated here, and also no illustration, move 6. And also there is no move 3, a statement whether or not the finding is as it is or it was expected. So there are 3 moves in this paragraph. Move 1, move 2, and move 5. Move 1 is background. Yeah.
So, Prof, it is normal or is usual to have certain moves and leaving out the other moves as well. So it depends on the emphasis of your conclusion as well.
This is only one paragraph. Yeah, I just take one paragraph. There will be another paragraph in where the author state move 4, comparison, comparing the finding with the finding of others. So this is just an example, so as not to be too long, yeah, to show to the audience. Yeah, we have to write another move, such as move 4. Yeah. So the obligatory move in discussion is move 2, statement of result. Move 4, comparing with the other findings, other researchers' finding, and move 5, yeah, explanation, yeah, interpretation, or the discussion on the possible causes or reasons of the findings. So these 3 moves are obligatory in the discussion section. So this is just an example of one paragraph of the discussion. Yeah? The discussion section is longer than this. Yeah. I just want the participants to see what moves are available in this paragraph. Okay, yeah, we go on. This is the another paragraph. Yeah, this finding contrasts with Arsyad 2014. Yeah, this is move 4. Yeah, when the author compares his or her finding with the finding of other people. Yeah. So this is an example of move 4. Okay. The second paragraph in the discussion section. Okay, we go on to the conclusion, yeah, section. This is according to Young and Allison. Yeah, a research article must have a section which is called a conclusion. Okay, but according to Swales and Fick, it is not necessary. Conclusion, suggestion, recommendation can be included in the result and discussion section. But from Young and Ellison, we have to separate, yeah, this conclusion, yeah, from the result and discussion. So there are three possible moves that we can find in the conclusion, according to Young and Allison. Move one is summarizing the study or the finding of the study. Move two, evaluating the study, which can be indicating significance or advantage of the finding, or indicating limitation, or evaluating the methodology. Yeah. And move three, deduction from the research, recommending further study, yeah, drawing pedagogic implication. So we don't have to write the three moves. Yeah, we can choose which moves to write. Yeah, particularly when we look at the guidelines of the journals. Yeah, whether or not, yeah, we have to state the limitation of the study. Yeah. So we look at the examples here. Example of summarizing the study. Yeah. In move one, authors state a brief explanation of the major points and the overall results from the perspective of the research. Yeah. So this is summarizing. Evaluating when, yeah, when the author expresses the limitation of the study, or indicating the contribution of the study, or evaluating the methodology, whether or not the method is effective. And then the last one, the last move is deduction from the research. Yeah, this is the example. Yeah, recommending further research. Yeah, further research might be conducted within a single discipline to specify the degree or variability according to the disciplines. Yeah, drawing pedagogy implication. Yeah, the finding of this research may have pedagogical implication for teaching. Yeah, because there are variation, yeah, of the journal format. So we have to study, yeah, the guidelines for authors in the journals, or look at the examples of published articles in a particular journals. Okay, this is the last. Yeah, we still have time. Yeah. What
Sure.
moves are found? Yeah, do we have time?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. What moves? Yeah, the question is, what moves are found in the following conclusion? Yeah. What moves? Yeah, move one. Okay, yeah, move one is summarizing the study. Move two, evaluating the study. And move three, deduction from the research. Yeah. Again, summarizing the study, evaluating the study, and deduction from the research. Okay. Yeah, you have about 2 minutes, yeah, to find what most are found in this conclusion section of research articles. there any comment yet? Okay, if we look at here, it is clear that summarizing, the authors summarize the finding. Several conclusions can be drawn from the result of the study, first, second, and third, or finally. That is the move one, summarizing the study. And then this shows that in the middle of the paragraph, this shows that the rhetorical styles of the Indonesian research article introduction in multiple disciplines are very different from those in English research article introduction, as suggested by Swales. This is like evaluating the study, right? Indicating significance or advantage. So this is move 2. Okay. Then readers from languages other than Indonesian must accept that this is a common style acceptable in Indonesian research article introduction. However, if Indonesian authors use this rhetorical style when writing research article in English to be published in international journal, it will be problematic and may cause the research article to be rejected. So this is like a recommendation for Indonesian authors not to use the styles found in Indonesian articles if they write articles in English or for international journals. Okay, this is the second paragraph of the conclusion, which is clearly stated here. This is the suggestion. Okay, more suggestion for Indonesian authors when writing research article in English and willing to publish in reputable international journals. Okay, so in this conclusion section, there are move 1, move 2, and move 3, but not all steps are found. But there is an example of summarizing the study. There is an example of indicating of significance or advantage, and move 3, deduction from the research, which is in the form of recommendation. Okay, so this is the end of our discussion. So if we still have some time, we can take some question. Rosalind?
Yes, sure. So we can go. I mean, we can have some more time to discuss any queries or any clarification from the participants. You can either type in the chat, or you can talk audio.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. It's me, Dr. Asia from Pakistan, and I have a question. Is the professors have discussed that unexpected results? So if we have unexpected results in our study, and and after while discussing the results, after publishing the paper or after writing the paper, is it a fact or study that the results are not as expected or as according to the literature? If it deny the literature, if it reject the literature, the findings of that literature, is it a fact or study? We have to move from that study, or we have to modify our study after finding the results. Is it right?
Okay. Can I answer it directly, Rosalind?
Yes, Prof.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, I cannot hear the names of the participant who asked the question.
I think Asia. Was it Asia?
Asha.
Yeah.
Asha from Tajikistan, right? Okay.
Pakistan.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, this is an interesting question. So if we find that our finding is unexpected, so this is not the defect of our study. So no problem. Yeah, even this is better where, according to the theory, yeah, our finding is different from what we expect. So we don't have to discuss, yeah, why it is not as it was expected. We just mention, yeah, that the finding is unpredictable. The finding is different from what we expected before we conducted the study. Yeah, so a longer discussion can be put, yeah, in move 4 and 5. Yeah, in move 4 we compare our finding with the finding of other people, and in move 5 we discuss why is the finding like that. What are the possible reasons, yeah, for such finding. Okay. So we show our the contribution of our study in move 4 and 5, yeah, in the discussion. So move 4 and 5 are two very important moves, but also two very difficult to write. Okay, so move 3 is not that important, and also it is not obligatory to state. Yeah. The obligatory moves are only move 2, 4, and 5. Yeah, only 3 moves are obligatory moves. The other moves are optional or conventional. Yeah? And it can be different from one discipline, yeah, to the other disciplines. Okay, to make sure which style should we follow, so we have to study several articles in our field of discipline, and also we have to study several articles published in our targeted journal. So to which journal we are going to submit our article, please read the examples of articles published in the journal, as well as the guideline for authors. Okay, I hope I have answered your question. Yeah. Okay, more questions?
All right, so yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have
Professor?
Okay. So anyone else who has some queries? But I think it's the question just now is interesting for the fact that she is probably a little bit worried that her finding does not conform to previous studies. And she worries that maybe this is, she has to adjust and she has to modify, which I think
it is better. Yeah,
yes.
we show, but we have to be convincing. Yeah, we cannot just mention that my finding is different from other findings without supporting convincingly, yeah, why our finding is different from the finding of other people. And if we are successful in supporting, yeah, our finding, yeah, which is different from the finding of other people, this is our contribution. This is something new, yeah, from our study, and this is what journal is looking for. So journals will not publish articles which is already published before, or which has the finding similar, yeah, to the finding of previous studies. And therefore, in the introduction, we have to show the gap of knowledge. Yeah, what has been done and what has not been done yet. So in the introduction, we have promised that what we are going to find is something additional to the already known information for others. So this is the typical information for my study. So this is called the novelty of my study, the news value of my finding. And therefore, this article is interesting to read. And for the journal, this article is necessary to be published. Journal editors, journal reviews know this very much, because they are the expert members, yeah, of the discipline, not like students, not like the authors. Yeah, if we are a new authors or postgraduate students. Yeah? So always think that we are not writing for people who don't know our study. Always think that what we write, what we do, will be read by people who know much about the topic. So we have to be careful, we have to be selective, we have to be efficient, yeah, when we write. Okay? Yeah.
Great. Any other question, please?
It's a very interesting reply and answer by the professor, sir. And let me share my results of my study. That I am working on the work-family conflict and its impact on women in universities. And after finding the results, that there is a work-family conflict of married women, but while we are finding the impact of this work-family conflict on the career development, we come to the results that there is no impact of the work-family conflict on the career development. And I was surprised with the results, that why it is. Then we collect data for the second time, and then the results were like that there is no impact of the work-family conflict on the career development, but there is a conflict between work-family. But I'm surprised that how to now answer this question is it deny, it reject the literature.
Yeah. So if I can get your point, so you have a problem how to discuss your finding, yeah, if it is not as expected. Is it right?
Yes.
Your finding is different
Yes.
from what you expected.
Yes.
Is it right?
Like this. Is the result, is the literature shows that there is an impact of the work-family conflict on the career development, but our studies in Pakistan shows that no, it's not true.
So
now
if
it
your
become difficult for
method
me.
is already valid and reliable, you follow the right method as other people have done before when they did research on the same topic. So it is not wrong. Yeah, it is not a defect. Yeah, so you have done the research correctly according to the method, yeah, which is accepted in your field. So you need to discuss the why is no impact, yeah, from a particular method that you use. Yeah, you have to convince readers that this is it can be that literature that you read before gave a wrong or incomplete information. So don't worry if you find something different. As far as you can convince readers that the difference is reasonable, the difference is supported by another reference. So you don't have to be right, yeah, or successful in doing research, yeah, but you cannot change, yeah, your results, yeah. You have to explain what it is as you find. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But the point is, as far as the method you use is valid and reliable. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. This is the way how you discuss your finding. Yeah. So your finding is different from the finding of other people, or it is not as it is expected. It doesn't matter. Yeah, but you have to explain, you have to discuss. This is probably because, this is probably implies, this probably implies. Okay, yeah. So you need to discuss this convincingly using references. So why is the finding is like that? Yeah, so don't worry, yeah, if your finding is not as you expected before, or is not as expected by the theory, by the or citation references that you use. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. And as I mentioned, this section is difficult to write because we argue strongly, yeah, to convince readers. This is just like an introduction section where we also have to argue convincingly that previous studies have some kind of gap or left some kind of gap of knowledge. And therefore, my study is important. And in the discussion section, so my finding is interesting, my finding is important, necessary because of this and this and this and this. So if you are successful in defending your finding, and that will be an acceptable article for a journal. Yeah? So argue strongly, argue convincingly. Yeah, why is the finding like that? What are the possible causes of such finding? As far as the method is valid and reliable, because editors or reviewers can also look at our method, whether it is a right method we use or it is not a right method we use. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So we move to the next question.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
there is question coming from our participants. You're still fine with the time, Prof? Do you?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
Okay. So should we wait for probably the last question
Sure.
before
Yeah.
we? Yeah.
Let's wait. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Amjad. I don't have a question, but rather just wanted to comment on the session that actually it is very interesting way, Professor, you have presented. Thank you very much. And most of the time, we, especially those who are in early career researcher, we are confused on number one, how to pitch our ideas. We sometimes have very good ideas, but when it comes to writing, then we are unable to pitch in a way that is convincing to the editors or reviewers as well as readers.
Yes.
So the way you have presented, and especially these division of the sections, I like it very much because this is how we can convince to the reviewers and editors. So if you follow this one. And number two, earlier question was also interesting that sometimes we think that our whatever we predicted, it will come in that way, but if the findings are different, then probably that is something more interesting that people are looking forward to see. But through this session, we basically learn that how to convince using this specific style, how to convince to the editors and reviewers that how our finding is unique than others. So I think this is very interesting and very important. So thank you very much, Professor, for sharing this nice information. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. This is our own style. Yeah. It cannot be learned quickly. How can we write convincingly? Because this is about how we argue. Yeah. The most common way of argument is supporting our claim using references or citation. Yeah. This is the most common way of arguing. But we can also support our claim by using experiences and also data from the finding of others. But it seems to me the more references we use, is better. And the more recent the references we cite, yeah, for our study is better. And the more suitable of the references we cite to support our study is also better. Yeah. So please use references from articles, research articles, not from other sources. Yeah, when we write articles, I think about 80% to 90% we should use research articles as our references, not from books, yeah, not from research reports, yeah, or from dissertation or thesis. Yeah, articles give us a more recent information about studies on a particular topic. Yeah. And also, yeah, don't forget that don't write too long introduction. Usually introduction takes only 20% of the article. So if our article is like 7,000 words, so the introduction is only about 1,400 words, yeah, 20%. And the method section is about 15%, so about 1,100, yeah, words. And then we have to have a longer result and discussion, about 60% of the article. Yeah, and then the conclusion is only about 5%. Yeah. So how to have a long result and discussion? We have to do research on several variables or research question. Yeah. So maybe about 3 or 4 research question, and where we can have more results to discuss. So if we have only one research question, it is difficult to write a long result and discussion with only one research question. But if we have 3 or 4 research questions, it makes it easier, yeah, to have a longer result and discussion, because we have more finding to discuss. Yeah. And also, if we have more references, such as 30 or 40 or 50 articles, references, so we can write a longer discussion, because we have references to use, yeah, to support our claim, yeah, or to support our interpretation. Yeah. Okay, but we cannot expect to be able to write a good sentences, a good paragraphs at the beginning, at the first attempt. Okay, we need to write, rewrite, revise, edit our paragraphs again and again, yeah, or tens of times, to produce a good and acceptable sentences, paragraphs, yeah, and articles of our own. And often we need somebody else, yeah, to read, yeah, our draft, yeah, because we often, yeah, cannot locate our mistakes, yeah, in writing. Yeah, we make mistakes, grammar mistakes, vocabulary mistakes, or other kind of mistakes. But when we read our draft, we always focus on the content of the article. We cannot focus on the language. So therefore, we need somebody else. So if you see, yeah, published articles are without mistakes, this is because, yeah, several people have read the draft. Yeah, the editors, reviewers, and maybe other people, yeah, if they have co-authors, yeah, so several people have edited the draft, and therefore it is free of mistakes. So don't expect to be able to write free of mistakes draft. Yeah, it is, I think, almost impossible. You can do that after several times of editing, yeah, after several people read your work, and from reviewers of the journals, yeah, if you submit to a journal, and also the editors. Yeah, okay, it takes time, yeah, It is not easy, of course, especially for postgraduate students or the new researchers, but it is not impossible. Yeah, the best way is just to do it and to experience this, and then the more we do this, the better we can do this. Okay, thank you, Rosalind. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely right. Yes, thank you so much, Prof. So that was our last question, or was it a comment? Unless, yeah, we thank you so much, Prof, for this wonderful sharing of how to use the moves to write our research articles. I think we do that unconsciously without thinking about the moves. I think for those who do not go through this, because this is kind of a technical skills that we need to learn how to do.
So
But
this is the way, the technique of looking at an article. Yeah.
Yes.
We can do another way, like abstract, introduction, method, but this is too big. Yeah,
Right.
too big to look at. So we have to broken this down into move and steps.
Right.
And we just follow the model. Yeah,
Right.
particularly the model is suitable in the field of disciplines where we are in.
Mm.
Just follow the model. Yeah, follow
Right.
the model.
So,
Okay.
so this talk has been recorded. Maybe if we can share it with participants if they want.
Okay.
Is that okay, Prof, for you?
Oh,
For
sure.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes. Okay.
And do you also like to share your contact number in case they want to be in touch? Participants would.
Yeah, I show it in my PowerPoint. Yeah, this
Right. Okay.
here.
All
Can you
right.
see it? It's my
Yes.
email and
Mm.
phone number. Yeah, which can be contacted.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then this is the end of our talk today. A wonderful presentation by Prof. Safnil. Hopefully in the future we will hear from him again. I think there will be a lot of other subjects that we can dwell on later. But thank you so much, participants, for joining us. We hope to see you again in our next webinar, webinar 3 and webinar 4 and so on. We will let you know, yeah? Thank you so much. Thank you,
Okay,
Prof.
thank you, Roslyn. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah.